And that is so important, especially as food is not only crucial to our overall health and how we connect with ourselves, but has such an important consequence for the whole planet. You mentioned the other day, which I would like to know again.
Yes, Megumi, you're so right. The food issue is so crucial to not only our physical health. It's almost as if our physical health that we get from adding more raw, vegan, organic, non-GMO, hopefully local plant foods to our diet is like a side benefit. It's like the icing on the cake. What the really huge opportunity that we have is to realize that billions of people eating 3 times a day, some less, some more, depending on where you are, has an enormous impact on the planet. Mind-boggling. I don't believe that we accurately conceive of it at this time. Exactly the impact that we would have by changing our food habits. If you consider all the restaurants, all the grocery stores, everything that has to do with food production, all the production warehouses, all the shipping, all the packaging, and then, you quantify that in terms of the impact on the planet, especially when you're talking about animal products and the vast amount of resources and land and water that it uses, much less the maltreatment of animals that is very rampant at this time, and the known negative impact of those products on the health of the body. All these things considered, we really need to wake up to the fact that we can cause a great change simply by adding more raw, vegan, organic, non-GMO, hopefully locally grown plant foods to our diet. Now, everyone may not go raw. We all have our own pace. We all have the right to decide what's right for us at any given time, just like I had the right to choose to go raw 9 years ago. I honor and value that we're at choice with this, that we get to choose, what we eat. And I really want to invite all of us to deeply look within, to ask ourselves if our desire to eat meats and our desire to overindulge in packaged foods and our desire for highly processed foods and breads and things like that, and purchasing things in plastic and using things like paper and other kinds of containers and packaging for our food, if it's really worth it, because there's billions of us creating that much waste every single day. And not only that, but more and more is being produced to supply that need every day in vast quantities. And so what I want to ask people to do is really to quantify that in your mind. Sit down and think about it and write it out and start realizing how much waste we're actually creating. In this country and other countries around the world, we're very tidy, we're very neat. Our waste products are not in our backyard. Where do they go? You've heard of the North Pacific Gyre, I suppose. There's a mountain of plastic. Some people say twice the size of Texas. Some people say it's the size of the continental U.S. at this point. This is a plastic wasteland where the plastic and the waste is vortexed and broken into little bits. The plastic is getting into the bodies of the fish. It's mucking up the ocean. There's not a single person on this planet who doesn't have plastic substances found in their cells, in their biology. It's in mother's milk around the world. We need to become more aware of what's going on. I really invite us to get a reality check on our trash situation and to realize just by simply adding more raw, vegan, organic, non-GMO, locally grown plant foods to your diet, you can have a huge impact toward the better. And if we don't do this, they talk about the time of the wailing and gnashing of teeth. I mean, we're going to be wailing and gnashing our teeth if we don't shape up soon. I can say that. Yeah. We're going to be really sorry and sad when we start realizing what our behaviors over the last 50 years only, the kind of disaster and mess that we've created here. And I don't believe it's ever too late. I'm not like a doom and gloom sayer. However, the question to me is, how bad is it going to get before we decide to change? One of the easiest things we can do to start out is just to go and buy, even if it's a plastic bag. Like I like those little ones that are attached with a carabiner that you can bundle up and stick into a tiny bag, and then you can latch that to the outside of your purse or your bag or your belt loop so that it's there. It's like part of the reason for me of not taking bags to the grocery store for a while, because I didn't see it and I'm in such a hurry, So just the act of putting that little bag on your purse or carrying your bags with you in your car, whatever works for you, to stop taking these plastic bags or these paper bags from the grocery store. And also to purchase some of these to-go wear items like the stuff where you can get your food in a to-go cash, where you can have your knife and your spoon and your napkin and not have that be all recycled into waste all the time. And so if we culturally adopt that habit, that in itself is enormous.
And do you feel, Laura, that with all